How much time do you get to spend playing to your strengths at work and in your private life? Do you know what your strengths are? We live in a world where everyone loves to point out our weaknesses, what we do wrong. It's very important to understand our strengths and what we bring to the world that is the best that we have to offer. Hi, Bryan McWhorter here from Now Make the Change, and I want to talk about our strengths. There's an entire field of psychology that's built on this called strength-based psychology. And the Gallup organization has spent a lot of time and effort really studying strengths, and there's two great books that you can get hold of and I highly recommend, called Now Discover Your Strengths and Strength Finder 2.0, which includes a test you can take to help identify your strengths. I think the Gallup organization has uncovered something like 37 different core strengths. And when you take the test, it'll outline your 5 main core strengths. Again, very important to understand the best of what we have that we can use to bring to the world and to give our life more fulfillment. There are 3 questions that if we ask these questions and we can answer them all with the same answer, that's a strength. So these 3 questions are: what are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? And what gives you strength and energy when you engage in it? Which is kind of the definition of a strength. When we do it, it gives us energy. We feel strong. So let's look at those questions. What are you good at? Again, these are our natural aptitudes and gifts that we just seem to be born with. We all seem to have those friends that we call gearheads that are just really crackerjack mechanics. They just seem to have an aptitude for dealing with motors. My wife is kind of that way. If there's a problem with the car, I go to her. You do not want me tinkering with it. We have those friends that have that green thumb, give them a garden or farming, and they just seem to have that knack for getting plants to grow. Another gift I don't have, a plant that comes into my house, man, if it's not plastic, it's doomed. We need to understand our gifts, those things that we're good at and that we enjoy. Again, going with some of the things that I'm not good at, those give us clues also as to what we're not to be spending our time doing. I am not good at math and I don't enjoy math, so that rules out me going into any vocation that relies on those skills. I'm not going to be an accountant, a physicist, an architect, anything that relies heavily on math. Again, knowing what we're good at and what we enjoy kind of give us direction on what we should be doing with our lives. Your counselor in high school might have asked you the question, if you were a millionaire and didn't have to earn a living, what would you do for free? That's the idea of using our gifts, those things that we enjoy doing that we're good at. We just kind of naturally head that way. But we have to identify them first, and those 3 questions kind of help us to do that. According to Albert Einstein, we all have genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, he's going to think he's stupid his entire life. We have to recognize our gifts and our talents. Okay, so what are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? Again, just answering those 2 questions with the same thing really takes you down the right path. I have things that I enjoy doing that I'm definitely not good at. I'm one of those frustrated drummers. Not necessarily a good one, but I enjoy knocking them around. So when you can answer, what are you good at and what do you enjoy with the same answer, you got some power there. Okay, now let's throw in that 3rd one. What also gives you energy when you engage in it? This is where we get into that state of flow. We're doing something, we've been doing it maybe for hours and it seems like minutes. There are mornings where I'll get up and start writing for a book, a manuscript, or for the internet, or working on videos. And come time to go to bed, it seems like it went by like that, I'm still doing it. Again, this plays to my strengths. I've always been involved in communication. And when I worked for Philips, I was a senior trainer, so it's all about, again, writing, public speaking, and helping people learn. Same thing I'm doing here, so I'm embracing my gifts. Saying we have to start by identifying those gifts. So, for you, once again, those 3 questions: what are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? And what gives you strength when you get involved with it? What gives you energy? Okay, now I have a fourth question for you. Once you've identified those, how can you use your gifts to serve others? That's your purpose. Again, we have these gifts to help the benefit of others. We live in a community. None of us are self-made. If you're watching this video, you're most likely wearing clothes that you didn't make, living in a dwelling that you didn't build, using services like water and electricity you didn't produce, eating food you didn't grow. Again, we rely on each other's gifts and skills as a community. So what you bring to the table, we need. We need the best of you. We need you to identify what your strengths and skills are, then bring them to the rest of us. We need you at your best. What are your strengths? What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? And what gives you energy? How can you use that to benefit those around you? That's your purpose. There are 3 stages of life that we all go through in terms of our maturity. That's dependence, independent, and interdependence. We're all born dependent. If you're not taken care of as an infant, you die. If you were watching this, you were cared for. So again, you owe community. You owe others for the fact that you're still here. Independent is that next stage where we get to where we can take care of ourselves. We mark that by our ability to pay for our own Netflix account. This is the goal of all parents, to get our kids to where they can be independent and take care of themselves. That last stage of maturity is interdependence. That's how well we work with each other as a group. Can we kind of hold back our desires to help take care of others around us? You can measure maturity. A person is mature to the level they can put the needs of others above their own. Again, our skills and our gifts aren't just for us, but to be used to better mankind and help those that are around us. These are the skills that God gave us to use for this generation. We need to understand our strengths. These are our gifts. We need to understand how to use them to benefit each other. This is our purpose. We need you at your best. We need what you have to offer. Those are your strengths. Come on, you got this. Now go out and crush it.